What's up, Transformers fans? Mondo here, and welcome to week 47 of Moonbase 84's year-long celebration celebrating Grimlock and the Dinobots. And for this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the Beast Wars Grimlock. As you can see here, I have the original Beast Wars Grimlock still in package, and unfortunately, I'm sorry, we're not going to be opening him up and checking him out. I would love to do that for the channel, but the original Beast Wars Grimlock is a GPS victim, sufferer, so I don't feel comfortable opening him up and checking him out. I just have him here for context. We will look at him a little bit in the bubble, but that's about it. So to cover Beast Wars Grimlock, we're going to be checking out the Beast Wars Grimlock from the Kingdom 2-pack that I believe he came with Mirage. With that being said, of course, this Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock is a repaint of the Kingdom Dinobot, much like the original Beast Wars Grimlock was a repaint of the original Dinobot toy. Grimlock just is the repaint for Dinobot at this point. I'm not complaining, but it'd be cool to eventually get a unique mold for Beast Wars Grimlock, but that's either here nor there, I guess is the phrase. But because of that, it's like we're doing a celebration of not just Grimlock and the Dinobot factions, but Dinobots in general. I feel like because of Grimlock being a repaint of Dinobot when it comes to Beast Wars, and Grimlock being my favorite character, when I'm featuring Beast Wars Grimlocks, I'm not giving Dinobot his due during this celebration, I feel, in a lot of ways. So we will also be doing a comparison with the Kingdom Dinobot in this video. Real quick, I'll show you guys a closer look at the original Beast Wars Grimlock on card. This one isn't in the best of shape. The bubble is dented and things like that. I do want to upgrade at some point and get a nicer in-packaged version of Grimlock. Here you got Heroic Maximal Dinobot, Beast Wars Transformers, and of course there he is in the bubble, looking very much like a Dalmatian. For the Kingdom one, as we'll see, it's not as much of a Dalmatian pattern as the original. Some people hated that. I kind of liked it. And there you go. You got the green eyes. And then on the back, you just get some other figures. We may be looking at some of these next year during Beast Wars anniversary. But yeah, pretty cool. And here's the Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock in Raptor mode. And as you can already tell, they went away from the black spotted Dalmatian look and gave him like a gray back, which is really cool. And I think the white with the blacks and the grays really pop on him. And we will take a closer look. And of course, he is a Beast Wars character, and I am more lenient on when you see things like the robot parts here, especially for a thin, like a more slender beast like a Raptor. Very hard to hide everything, but I think they did a good job. And once again, I'm loving the blacks and the grays all down the back. Really nice texture on this mold too. You see here, if it doesn't get lost in the white, just really nice. Again, just like the original toy, the green eyes makes him look menacing. Just really cool, and I think the white with the gray as opposed to the spots really pops. The spots pop too, but I think this is just a nicer look overall. Like I said, I don't mind, and I kind of like the Dalmatian look, but I do enjoy this much better, much more. And that black. There are some spots though on the neck within the gray, and that's pretty cool. And you go down those gray hands, it fades away a little. You do get some more robot bits under there. Again, I don't mind. And then for a comparison, of course, here's Dinobot in his Dinobot colors. Now I will say, and this isn't a major gripe, but here where his legs are, this is his hips in robot mode, being that bronze color, it stands out more on this mold and that color scheme than Grimlock's in the front, because of course that's the white. You still do get the bronze though. But again, a lot of nice texture, two-tone striping, really nice. I really like this mold a lot. Articulation, their arms are on a hinge and swivel, and then you got a hinge at the elbow, and the wrist is on a ball. Unfortunately, I wish there was articulation here so you can straighten out the fingers. And let's see, the legs do bend. You can spread them out, but that breaks transformation in a way. Nothing at the tail. You do get swivel down here at the ankle. Are you getting this on camera? I'm talking to myself. And then his toes articulate on both molds. I mean, both versions, it's the same mold. But yeah, pretty decent. And I do think they look really cool in Dino mode together. So what I'll do is go ahead and, oh, and I forgot, articulated jaw. On the Grimlock, it's kind of tight. And the heads do the heads move? I think, oh yeah, see on Grimlock, it's kind of tight. So in case you missed it off camera, I'm having a day. In case I got it off camera, I should say. There's his articulated jaw. So what I'll do is transform these guys up and we will take a look at the robot modes. Real quick, I just wanted to add, I'm glad that the tip of the tail here, they went with a color that makes sense for the Dino mode, as opposed to Dinobots where they went with this purple color. That's because that's part of a weapon, but they chose to make it purple instead of blend in with the Dino mode. So here's Beast Wars Grimlock, Beast Wars Kingdom Grimlock in robot mode, and we will be bringing back in Dinobot just to, you know, check out the differences, the comparisons, or whatnot. But yeah, I think just like way back in the day with the original toy, I think they did a great job making a Grimlock with this Dinobot mode. Again, they ditched the spots, but we will take a closer look. And to start off, I absolutely love that head, the head sculpt they used for Grimlock, and I believe it is a nice translation to what we got on the box art of the original toy. So yeah, pretty close. Of course, here he has the collar because they had the mutant heads and that's supposed to represent that. But yeah, really spot on to that pretty much. And I think it is a really nice looking design for a Grimlock head sculpt. A little bit of Optimus Prime in there as well, but still definitely Grimlock. I think the gray faceplate makes it look more like, you know, gives it a little bit of an Optimus vibe. But and again, you get the green robot eyes to match the Raptor mode. And ditching the spots, you just get the splash of black on his chest. Of course, the Dino mode bits still have those textures, those nice textures. And you got the whites, off whites. I'm not sure if mine is yellowed or it was, I can't remember. I'm sorry if that started yellowing or it was by choice. I think by choice, because down here at these joints too, it's like a cream as opposed to a white. His arms are the Raptor legs, so kind of odd in a little bit, but that's the Dinobot design. And then you've got all that nice bronze now that we see now that he's unfolded, and some nice robot parts. I love how it goes from white to bronze here and bronze to white there. It's pretty cool. Same on the feet. And he's got like knight type looking feet. But yeah, really nice. Not very gappy, except for in the forearms there's some gap. The back is pretty clean with a nice little tidy backpack. So yeah, really nice, I think. Articulation wise, he can look up about that much, not down, not so much. He does get a lot of nice tilt for some, you know, so you can have some personality in your poses. Swivels, get a farther away T-pose, further all the way up, not even just a T-pose. Now on my copy, the arms in robot mode, which are the legs in Dino mode, there's a swivel here. Well, but on my copy, this swivel, see, this swivel likes to take over because this is kind of tight, but you can manage it. Get that hinge back down. You've got about 90 degree on the elbow. Wrist swivels, hinges, because again, obviously that is his Raptor foot, and of course, because it's his Raptor foot, spreads out to make the foot. He does have a waist. Does the full splits. Again, really tight, but there's a swivel on that ball, or thigh swivel, just below the hinge. You get maybe a tad bit past 90, but I'm going to say 90 for the knee. You get a little rotation, you know, back and forth on the foot, unless you want. This is the heel spur; it can go farther in because it collapses for transformation, and you get some nice ankle tilt. So yeah, nicely articulated. And then, of course, like a lot of Beast Wars figures, the tail comes as weapon, and that's where this part sticks out, which they did a good job matching as opposed to Dinobot. But it does fold out like that. You don't get the I think, was Dinobot in the show 4 or 3 originally, but here you get 2. I can't even remember. And you can keep it like this and plug it in like so, like that, or you can pop this piece out and give them like a sword and shield type vibe. How does this? Oh, sorry. This plugs in like that. So then you flip it like that, close it up. So there you go. There he is, all armored up. Now we'll just quickly bring in Dinobot and check him out. I will say that I don't know if this is something that my copy of Dinobot always had, but I noticed it messing with these two at the same time. Maybe it's because of the same mold and he was always like that, but look how floppy that is. You can actually hear it. That makes me nervous. I hope it's not breaking. But yeah, going to Dinobot, of course you got that really cool Dinobot head sculpt. Love Dinobot's head sculpt. And you get this orange type bronze, as opposed to like this goldish type bronze. This is more of like a coppery orange. And of course here, where Grimlock's was red on the side, you get the nice blues. His faux raptor head eyes are painted, as opposed to Grimlock's, which are not. But yeah, I forgot to mention that nice red. That's pretty cool. I wish on both of these they painted the bones like a cream color down at the shins, but they didn't. But yeah, of course, just like the original, this mold started out as a Dinobot, and it makes for a really nice Dinobot. Same articulation and everything, but I just wanted to show you them, and I think they look actually really cool together. Yeah, get them fixed up like that. Yeah, that wobbling, I'm worried that that looseness in the waist, I'm worried that he's breaking. I hope not. So that'll about wrap up week 47 of Moonbase 84's year-long celebration, celebrating Grimlock and the Dinobots. Just to close things up, we have, of course, the original Beast Wars Grimlock in package, along with the updated Kingdom Beast Wars Grimlock, which of course is once again a repaint and a new head. Well, with him, he gets a new head of the Kingdom Dinobot. Overall, of course, I love my Grimlock, all my Grimlocks, so I think he's awesome. But now seeing these two guys side by side together, what could have been if Grimlock made the show? I mean, that would have been badass. They look, I just love how these two look together. Now, I will say that someday I hope we do get an original Beast Wars Grimlock mold, sorry about that, with the Raptor mode being the Raptor, more accurate Raptor like we get in the Beast Wars comics, where he has like the fur, or not fur, excuse me, the feathered look Raptor. That'd be cool if we got it ever, if Hasbro was kind enough to ever give us a comic version Beast Wars Grimlock with the more accurate Raptor mode. That would be awesome. But for now, I love both these guys, no matter what color. I would take another version of this mold with a different character, slap a different head on. Raptoricons. Slight retool if you had the Raptoricons, but yeah, these guys look awesome together, and I think now I may want to display these guys together on the shelf. They were apart from each other. Dinobots in my Beast Wars display. Grimlock is with my other Grimlocks and other Dinobots. But yeah, together, I think that's the way to display these guys. They just look awesome. You would not want to mess with this force of Dinobot and Grimlock. Whew, having trouble tonight. With that being said, comment to let me know what you guys think, and as always, thanks for docking.